again to Vanircreations tutorials. This week I've made 2 different tutorials. So I've done the wall hanging one, which will be the video that I uploaded just before this one, and then this one, which is a Dreamcatcher tutorial just here. It's a 12-inch hoop Dreamcatcher. There will be a kit again linked down below, so please have a look at that. It's quite a long one, as you can see, but you can trim it to any length that you want. Do let me know what you'd like me to do next, because I'm going to be running out of ideas soon. The next one that I'm going to do is going to be a 60cm dowel macrame wall hanging kit, with a kit as well. So yeah, let's get into the tutorial. First step, what you want to do is cut off 4 meters of your string, whatever colour you've chosen. I've got this lovely pink shade here, and tie it on to your hoop. Just tie it there, and then what I do is I part these here. These fibres, part them, wrap it round again like this, and that just makes it extra secure. You don't have to do that, you can just tie it once if you want, because we're going to wrap around these now, which will secure it even further. So now I'm going to wrap this cord or string around these. So you're going to go, let me start again so you can show you. So you've got your cord here and you're going to go round. You're just going to keep wrapping. All the way around. And if it starts to come a bit loose like that, turn your hoop around. So the string sometimes can come a bit loose like this. If you turn the hoop around, it'll start to tighten again. Every time that the string starts to loosen like that, you just turn around and it should be fine. So keep going all the way around. So when you get to about this stage, you've got about that much left on the bottom, which is probably, let me just tell you, about 18 centimetres left, but it doesn't need to be exact. It's just because this is going to be covered by the macrame at the bottom when we do that pattern later. So cut your string, that's one side, and then you're going to wrap it round again and tie, and then part your fibres again and tie a double knot, double overhand knot, and cut. That's your hoop shape done. So now we're going to go to the web. So I'm going to tie this on here, just above where you've started your string, and I'm going to tie it on a normal overhand knot again, just normal knots that you would do. I've done it about 5 times. Then you can cut that little excess bit off. Don't cut it too close because it'll unravel. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a measuring gauge so that it's the same distance all the way around. You'll understand what I mean in a moment. So I've got a piece of cardboard here and I'm going to cut it to 6 centimetres. And that is going to be my little measuring tool. And what I'm going to do is bring the thread to the 6 centimetre mark, and then we go round under it, and then can you see this loop here? You're going to go through that. Again, measure, it's about here. Bring your thread to there, go round the hoop, and then through this loop here. Pull tight, not too tight. Again, and through. You can always rewind, stop and rewind this video to see it as many times as you want if you're unsure. Once you've got the gist of it, it's quite simple, so I'm going to go all the way around now. So as you see, when you come all the way around, you're going to have to go back through these segments now. So you've come all the way around doing that little weaving technique, and now you're going to take this one, the one where you started, and pass this through. You see that's starting that little shape of the Dreamcatcher web. Back through again. Pull this up and back through. Pull this up and back through, can you see? Pull this up and through. Up. Go all the way around. So when you've come to this point, so you're going around again, you literally just carry on doing the same thing. So instead of, you're not pulling these out anymore, it's this one. So before you went through this one, now, as you can see, you're going to go through this one. Because we've come all the way back around, so through there. You see now, through there. That's my next one, through there. That's my next one, through that one. Keep going all the way around, and literally now you're going to keep going and keep going, because when you get to here it'll just be the next one and the next one. Keep going through them little triangles. So I've gone round there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and now I'm going to cut my thread. As you can see, I've left quite a bit there, and now I'm going to thread my beads. So I'm going to do 1 big bead, I'm going to do 2 small ones,
we can sit together, it's so beautiful,
1 big bead,
you and me, meant to be.
Oops. And two small
Great
ones.
outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back.
Now you might want to use like a very thin needle to put these beads on. Some people find it a bit hard to thread the beads, but I've managed to do it without, so it is possible. Sometimes you might want to get a bit of water to dip it in just to make the end of the thread really easy to thread, if that is the right word. So now I'm going to get these two pieces of thread, one from the Dreamcatcher, one from the thread that you just threaded the beads on, and I'm going to tie just normal overhand knots again, nothing complicated. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to tie that quite tight, not too tight so it breaks, but tight enough. This thread that I use, that will be in the DIY kit, is quite good. It doesn't really snap. This is why I always use it in all my DIY kits. So if you do purchase the DIY kit, you will have that really good thread that doesn't snap, and it's just amazing stuff. So now here you've got that on there. I've cut the little ends off, as you could see. What you're going to do now is start threading this one through, just checking you're still recording. Thread this one through. Now, you don't necessarily have to do the beads straight away, so I'm just going to leave them there and keep threading all the way around. So it's literally just what you were doing before, quite simple, nothing's changed, well, apart from the fact that now you've just tied these beads onto the thread. You're still just doing it the exact same way as you were before. So now I'm going to pull that a little bit tight, not too tight, and I'm going to start threading my beads through. You don't have to thread them perfectly till the end if you don't want to, so you could leave them like that, just as long as they're not all here, because it might make these a bit, just a bit slack compared to the rest of the web. So just do space them out a bit, but you can come back to it at the end, and I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to leave it like this, and we're going to come back to it at the end to space them out. So just keep going. So as you can see, the web's getting more and more, well, closer and closer to the centre. But if I pull it now, it's going to be too tight, my web. So keep going until you're 100% sure you're going to have enough web to pull that tight. Keep going. These are a bit, as you can see, they're smaller now, these sections. So what I do is I just pull them out and go through. Pull them out. You'll probably make mistakes on your first one, like go through the wrong segment or miss a segment out. It happens, don't worry. So just keep pulling that out and through. I think that my web is now at a point where I can pull it. So can you see it's quite, look how slack that is. and I've probably got about 6 centimetres there in the centre, and it's, look how slack it is. Now I'm going to pull. More than enough space there, beautiful. Then cut. And then I'm going to tie this around, so I'm going to go through this little segment here. And then back through the other one adjacent to it. Oh. And then I'm going to put this through the loop. That'll be my first knot. And I'm going to do that about 3 or 4 times, just going through. You can see the segment, it's in the centre, and back through another one, and then through this loop. Just to tie it nice and secure in the centre. That should be nice and secure. So I'm going to cut that off, not too close, but just enough so it doesn't ruin it. And now I'm going to space these beads out a bit more. There you go, the beads evenly spread out. And now we're going to do the bottom, the macrame. Tie the lengths on using your reverse lark's head, round the back like this, round the front, open it and pop your 2 strings lengths through. So you get your 2 meters, put it in half, round the back, round the front, open and pop them 2 through. That's called a reverse lark's head knot. Add all your lengths to the bottom of your Dreamcatcher. So now I'm going to take the centre 2 chords, make sure you count in and you get the exact centre, actually the centre 4 chords, and we're going to do a square knot. So if you put these 4 like this, then this one here goes under and through this loop, and back the other way like this. And this one goes under, and then carry on doing that all the way along the bottom of your Dreamcatcher. So when you've got your row, when you have your row of square knots along the bottom, we're going to do a decreasing square knot pattern in the centre. So grab your centre 3 and we're going to do a square knot here, a square knot here on this side. So can you see it starts with 3 and then goes down to 2. Then just see, we're going to do into a 1. There is a centre triangle. And then what I'm going to do with this centre one is we're going to frame it with a double half hitch. So get this cord here right on the right of this third knot in the centre. Get the knot here, the cord here, pass it round it and through that loop there. And again round it and through the loop there. And pull up. So again, round and round. Up. So it's just a double half hitch knot. All the way down. And then in the centre, just do an overhand knot, just one like this, and move it down. And then again, get this very end cord here, and we're going to do another layer. So we're going to do another layer of this double half hitch knot framing pattern. Again at the bottom, just do one overhand knot there. Here we're going to do another decreasing square knot pattern. Going to frame it again with the double half hitch. Now we're repeating this on this side. So now we've finished them decreasing square knots with a framed double half hitch, and we're going to start the next part. So get 2 cords from underneath this pattern and 2 cords from underneath this pattern, can you see just there? And you're going to do a square knot there. Then get the next 2 and the 2 from underneath this and do another square knot. So you're getting 2 from underneath your first square knot and 2 more from underneath your centre, decreasing square knot pattern, and then 2 from the other side. Can you see now how I've done that? And then do one more. And then get this cord here and frame again using the double half hitch. And get this one from this side, and again and repeat that on the other side. I'm going to get the long cords that are at the end of these two triangles here. So there should be a long cord on this side and a long cord on this side, and you're going to tie them together here. So they should kind of frame just on the outside and then come to the centre about here. So tie a double knot, and that should be, so just to measure, it's about 21 centimetres down that you tie. So this is going to become our second layer now, so we're going to put cords on this. Now I'm going to add the lengths to this second layer here. So first I'm going to take 6 120 centimetre lengths. I'm going to add 3 to this side and 3 to this side, doing the reverse lark's head knot. So 1, 2, 3 on this side. Before we attach the feathers to the Dreamcatcher, we need to tie on the wool to the feathers, so we need to attach the wool to the feathers. So how we do that is you get the 3 meters of wool that you've been given in your kit and you cut it to 30 centimeters, so you'll need 6 of them, at 30 centimetres. And then we're going to tie it around the feather like this in a normal overhand knot. You should have a little bit of wool there, and then you're going to wrap around that bit of wool, wrap up the stem, then go around the stem again. Just like a normal knot. Do 3 times, and that is your feather, your first feather. I'll do the same with the other 5. So round, through the loop and pull, wrap, 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 round. When I first started doing this, it was a lot harder. I find it a lot simpler now I've had the practice. So now I'm going to add the feathers. I'm going to start at the bottom here and just add them in a normal knot in between the cords. Tie about 4 times. The next one's further up. And the last 2 feathers should go in between, so you might have to go over both these knots. As you can see, I've gone over both of them around the back and then just tie. Don't tie it too tight because it might make your knot look a bit funny. Go. And then on this side, around the back of these 2 knots here. Make sure it's the right length. And then I'm going to chop the excess wool off. I'm losing my words. And I just took those little knots underneath. Like that, and there's your feathers. Now I'm just going to tidy up those ends. Pair of scissors. Very slowly and carefully just cut away any scraggly ends. If you're not very confident doing this bit, you can use a measuring tape. But I just like to just chop away. again for watching Vanircreations tutorials. Please have a look at our website down below. The kit for this Dreamcatcher will be down there, along with lots of other kits that I also have videos for on this channel. Please let me know what you want me to make next time. I know I've already said that, but I am going to be making the 60cm dowel macrame wall hanging after this one. And after that I'll need new ideas, so I'd love to know what you guys want me to make and want to learn how to make. I do have an Instagram that has lots of different ideas that you might want to learn how to make one of them moon catchers or dream catchers or macrame wall hanging, so please check us out on Instagram at vanircreations.com. I'll link that down below as well, along with all my other social media links. Yeah, so goodbye, have a lovely day, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Bye!